Welcome, welcome, welcome. You're looking live at the Calamity Jones Hour. I'm Mandy Jones, and as always, next to me is my husband, Glenn. He's not dead, but he's here in spirit. Wouldn't have this show, this house, this car, if it wasn't for him. So we always give a shout out to Glenn. Yes, we do have a guest in the house tonight, but real quick, I want to go over a couple of things. First, we have coming up tomorrow, Friday, I will be hosting for John LaRocchia Laughter Saves Lives. That's going to be in Oceanside. If you go to my page, I have the details for that. That's tomorrow at 8 o'clock at a VFW, like I said, in Oceanside. And then on next Friday, I'll be at the Giggle Room with Bonnie Scalisi, Terry McNeely, the Funky Bunch, and a couple other people. If you go to govs.com, you can get tickets for that. That's next Friday, the 22nd. And on Monday, May 2nd, Bonnie and I will be back at G's Club for our monthly free comedy show. We do that once a month, and that's going to be Monday, May 2nd. Donna Lloyd's going to be closing out that show. So, I didn't look up what number episode this is. I think this is episode 44, and today is August. No, it's not. It's not August at all. It's April 14th. Tomorrow's the 15th when you do your taxes. Tomorrow is the show. All right, guys. So without further ado, I didn't ask your proper title there, actually. What is your proper title?
Talking to me?
Yeah, your proper title.
It's Dr. Professor Count Baron, Extra Sanguineous, Esquire, Daniel, Barry David Frick.
That is AKA my friend, and now yours. Are you ready?
Yeah, no, I'm ready. I'm ready. I couldn't be, I'm ready.
Mr. DB Frick!
Hey, guys, I'm looking directly into the camera. Oh, God.
Daniel Barrel Hassenfruffer.
That's
what did
not
you say?
the Dr. Professor Count Baron, Extra Sanguineous, Daniel Barry David Frick, Esquire.
I can't believe you've said that more than once.
Yeah. I could, it is kind of
like, just the way you said that the second time, it's definitely not the second
What
time.
I'm amazed by is your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Did you do that?
I
Because
did.
that's amazing. It
This
looks
old
really
thing?
good. Really cool. Good work.
I don't know why Facebook isn't working for me at the moment.
Oh, that happens.
It's not for me, though.
Not to me, no.
Cancel.
You're also hypnotizing on screen.
So I wanted to talk to you about a lot of things. First of all, you were just testing some cognac.
The lighting is so good. Yes, I was.
How'd the test go? Do you know which one they were selling? Was it like, Premier and then like A, B, or is it just like A, B, C?
They didn't show me till I asked afterwards.
Okay.
I asked what it was.
You get debriefed at the end?
And it was a Courvoisier. There were two different Courvoisiers. And I'm probably pronouncing that classlessly.
Courvoisier.
Courvoisier?
Okay.
I only know how to pronounce this stuff.
Oh, I know that song.
Through rap music. That's the only reason I know
I have not heard that in a
Yeah, we don't hear enough
minute.
Busta Rhymes.
I have not heard that
Leaders
in
of the new school.
really long time.
Here we go, y'all. Here we go, y'all. So what's the scenario?
Oh my God.
You know, back in 93.
What's the business?
That's right. Chilling,
minding my business.
That's something. It's bringing back some kind of memory.
What's the man?
Oh yeah. I was listening to that in the store the other day, and I was like, these lyrics are graphic. There's some graphic stuff.
We always talk about, because my mother ruined a couple things for me.
Great.
One of them being that song, "Hey, Dirty, baby, I got your money, don't you worry." Because she was like, I don't like that. I don't like that song. That's dirty. I don't like that.
Because the whores are giving him money.
Right. And I told my husband that, and he was like, oh, that went completely over my head.
How does that go over your head?
I was like, my mom, he just was like, oh, hey, Dirty, I got your money. Like, what was I in fucking, I was pretty young
It could
when
also
that
be drugs. I mean, they're also going to him for drugs, too.
Right. And so it totally went over his head. But my mom really made that song. That song and the other one, City High remix here. When lying on the floor when the bedroom when
and
it's
this is OGB?
No, it was a song that was around the same time.
Oh, okay.
And the only way to feed him is to sleep with a man for a little bit of money, and the daddy's gone somewhere smoking rock now.
Oh yeah, that sounds familiar. Yeah, I know. What
Yes, that song is called City High, and that was another one. My mom was like, smoking rock, I don't like that. And I remember being like, oh, okay, so my ears perked up, and then I had to find meaning in smoking rock.
I remember listening to the Ghetto Boys album,
Ooh.
The Ghetto Boys, and
Self-titled
I don't know
track.
how graphic I can get on this. But it's pretty, like, they get really, like, it's severe abuse going on, and murder, and, like, waiting for someone and then killing them in their car. Like, it was really some of the worst, like, horrible rap. I remember my father heard me listening to it, and he's like, I don't like you listening to that. And I was like, and?
I don't give a fuck.
Dad, little did I know, I was a year away from being told I had to tell him to leave the house forever.
Oh no. Your dad's alive, just not in the picture?
No, he's not alive. He died 69. Okay. He died in Florida.
Do you say that in your act?
I talk about my dad in my act.
Okay, because I feel like the way I've heard you talk about your dad on stage is in a past
tense. He was a big drinker, but not an abuse. He wasn't the abuse in my life, though.
Okay.
Other than maybe being distant, but like he wasn't the.
Yeah.
He was a pretty good guy. Lived in Florida. He was a pianist, very talented guy.
Ooh, okay.
My biggest regret is not like cutting a couple of songs with him.
Aww.
That's one of my biggest regrets in life.
Do you sing at all?
Yeah, no, I've sung. Yes, I even went to karaoke 2 nights ago, where the real singers sing.
It's funny because comedians are either they love karaoke or they'd rather die.
I just like it. It's the only way I'm going to feel like a rock star.
Okay.
Just like I did Rocky Horror Picture Show, and I played the Meatloaf role, and that was, again, the most I would ever feel like a rock star was singing that Meatloaf song.
Yeah, yeah. Well, you're very theatrical. You're very, like, I could see. Were you ever in plays or anything when you were younger?
Did a lot of plays.
Okay. And did you sung in the plays ever?
I did sing in a couple. I was really the go-to person for things until after high school.
Tell me about the productions you were in.
Really?
Your favorite one, come on.
I did a production of Into the Woods. It's great.
Oh, okay.
This music was so difficult, and it was a talented cast, and really, that was great. I haven't done any plays since 2005 or 6. I used to do Shakespeare in the Park.
Ooh,
that was at Centerport. At the old Vanderbilt house, Cornelius Vanderbilt house. So it was outside in a courtyard, cobblestone. You've probably been there. They have the planetariums there.
Oh yes, I have, honestly, for a field trip when I was a
Yeah, it's where I brought all my dates. That was all my dates from like
around the bases.
From 14 to 43. And I'm 40.
There's a little hangout between these two fucking buildings.
Right, let's go hang out between the buildings. That sounds really off-putting.
There's a nook over here.
But those were always, we would go see like the Pink Floyd The Wall and Dark Side of the Moon.
We had looked up the planetarium not too long ago, and I was like, honestly, it was great.
I would
probably love it still.
I love museums and stuff like that. I like walking through history.
Yeah.
Big fan of that.
Honestly, we try to do that kind of thing, and like last time we were at the Museum of Natural History, my husband was like erring on the side of nihilism before we went, and then,
okay.
And then it must have been like bring your shitty kid to fucking the museum and don't watch them day, because there's fucking kids everywhere.
Oh, yeah,
there were kids everywhere, and we were specifically going because my husband's really into gems and whatever.
That's a great exhibit.
And so
they
just reorganized it and it's all different. So we were through there, and now what they have is like iPads that are at like a 5-year-old's eye level. The real fucking rock is right there, but all these kids with their snotty nose fucking hands are on, and we're like, he's actually interested in the information.
Right.
He's like, if I could have fucking went up to one of those iPads for a goddamn second. I was like, there really should have been iPads at the kids level, and then an iPad that like I could reach and you could reach without.
And you could also do that at home. You could do the whole thing at home if you have an iPad.
Right. Well, the whole thing was it was all like, instead of the little cards now, that little 46
everyone's touching it,
is on the iPad now. I know. It was pre-COVID. They thought the fucking iPads out.
The last time I went there, I brought in a little wooden bowl that I got from Trader Joe's. And I went in with another comedian friend, and
I don't know where this is going.
We did a bunch of videos there that day, but we did one where I was trying to make it look like I was stealing the bowl.
Oh my God, like an artifact.
The security saw us, and they stopped us.
Like, put it back.
And was like, this isn't a real bowl. It's from Trader Joe's. This is.
Oh, that's
And they
great.
really couldn't tell. He like took it, and you wouldn't be able to tell.
Right. It's a wooden bowl.
It's just wood. So.
Yeah, this fucking.
So they got about 4 or 5 people that came over. That was great.
Oh, that's funny.
That was fun.
That's good. All these people. I'm always like, oh, I want to do something where I'd be like, kind of reckless like that, but then I don't want to deal with security when they're like, no, you actually fucking stole this thing, and I'm like. No, I walked in with it.
Right. In the 80s and 90s, I've known a lot of criminals in my day.
Checkered past.
It was very easy to walk into a store, pick up an item, and then just go to the return area and be like, this was my item.
Oh, yeah.
I need to return it.
People are crazy with the fucking... I've seen people do some ballsy shit.
Oh, God, yeah.
Like, literally, I had a friend in college who was like, I don't pay for stuff from Walmart. Like, I was like, you're fucking insane, bro. He was like, it's corporate America. It's Uncle Sam. Fuck that. Literally.
There are websites that will teach you how to steal from Walmart.
He would be, like, under the fucking... under the, like, tires, because they stick out. The tires stick out, so there's a blind spot, and he'd be, like, putting shit...
Okay.
It was honestly, I'm like, I want no part of this. I don't want this on my soul. I don't want you stealing anything from me.
The best way to steal is go in. You go in with a really old lady.
Put everything in her fucking...
And you put everything...
in her chair.
Who doesn't know what's going on.
Just move over.
Actually, the truth is, the more you make it seem like you're not doing anything, like if you just walk out...
Right.
Usually
I get, honestly, a couple times I've been like, almost upset where I'm like, is somebody gonna really fucking, like, nobody cares, literally, like, right. I literally, because there's been times where like, oh, I forgot something, or oh, this is ripped, do you mind if I pay for everything and then go back through the store, and I'm walking like with intention, and I'm like, I totally, like, they benefit of the doubt, they saw the interaction, they saw me deal with an employee, then I'm going back through. But then I'm always like, there's people that have no idea what the fuck's going on and honestly don't give a fuck.
They don't even have loss prevention anymore. It's not even like a thing.
They're like, yeah, we're going to get robbed. Fuck it. Like,
yeah, well, it's not worth it to have pay a whole group of people more than what your loss is.
Yeah.
It's like you're better off letting people steal from you. It sounds so crazy. Now, I guess there's a level of luxury that it gets to where that's not true, where it's like, $1,000 items.
Right.
But
I guess Walmart can afford it.
Walmart they own the world. They employ more people in America than anybody else. I think still. Yeah, Walmart employs more people than anybody else.
I'm going to take that as a fucking fact. Greg DeFlippo saying, what up, DB?
Hey.
Nancy Weems, what up, guys? Lou Pratts.
Hit the red button.
Timothy Thompson, hit the red button.
Yeah, she did hit it.
Tim Thompson, we were talking about you earlier.
Yeah, we did.
We were saying horrible things about you.
That's not true.
No, we were not. I was saying that you and DB would get along.
Which, yeah.
And he said you guys tried to. And
we tried to.
And there was friction.
There's always friction. My last name is Frick.
Oh, DB Friction. Yeah. Speaking of your last name, do you ever write? Is that your real last name?
Oh yeah, that's my real last name. Yes,
Yeah,
that's my father's last name.
And do you have anything published, or you just write? You're a writer.
I have a few things. There are reviews that I've had published, and I did a lot of work for the National Lampoon, and a lot of my bits for them were published.
I see you always are posting the. You always do the daily, like the cartoon where you put the. Is that the New Yorker that does that?
Yeah, from time to time I try to do the New Yorker.
And you've placed, or no?
No. One time
I think you just share them, and I'm like, he should have got that.
Yeah, I share mine and I cut and paste it. I make sure that everyone knows it's for the contest. I wouldn't want anyone to think that like I'm trying to pass it off like I'm a New Yorker writer. But I do know writers for the New Yorker.
Right.
But I don't fit into that world in the way I'd like to.
And that's just what a website you go to that you could submit that?
Yeah, if you just Google New Yorker cartoon contest, it'll come up.
Yeah, go for that because it's just the one picture and you gotta do the line and you have some funny ones.
Tim would win, yeah.
Tim would be good.
Tim's particularly funny.
Yeah.
He's a really good writer.
Yeah. You were talking about other things that have been reviews.
Oh yeah, for Stage Biz and for the New York Theater Guide, I was the senior comedy writer, but I mean, I gave myself that title. That was a title I made up, and they said you could call
Assistant to the director, regional manager.
I could have called myself that. They didn't care. And wrote a lot of stuff for them. I was trying to do a review for Billy Crystal's new Broadway show, and I was talking with the press agents about that, but they're still in previews. They usually don't let you review previews on Broadway.
Okay.
Even though that's when people would really like to know.
How fucking old is Billy Crystal now? Jesus
He's got to be
Christ.
72, something like that.
These people are all getting older.
And he was a guy who got in trouble for doing blackface.
Really?
If you remember, he used to do Sammy Davis Jr. all the time.
Little known fact.
And he doesn't do Sammy Davis anymore.
Is that true? I didn't know that.
Yeah, he would do Sammy all the time, and they'd put him in black. He never did it like, he was never doing it, and Sammy Davis loved it and was.
Yeah,
he never was doing it to be a racist asshole.
Right. It's just what you did.
It's just what people see it as, and in some people are right, I guess. It doesn't really matter.
I'm gonna have to look up some of his stuff because he did stand up.
Billy Crystal, yes, he did stand up. He was more of an impressionist, but yeah, he did stand up and he did sketch. He was supposed to be in the first Saturday Night Live crew, and then ended up on the 1984 or 3 cast of SNL, but he was supposed to be there that first year and like doing something sort of separate, like what Al Franken was doing. It was going to be like a separate sort of sketch thing, and then it just didn't happen.
One of my favorite movies of all time is Throw Mama from the Train.
Oh, so much fun.
Fucking
so much
great.
Fun. That's like 1986.
Yeah, because it's Danny DeVito, him, and then the fucking lady from the Goonies, which is
She had a bunch of movies.
What is his name? Oh my god.
Her name?
Oh, no, his name in it. He's like, it's not Ernie.
Oh.
Is it Harold?
No, I can only remember from the scene where he hits him in the face with the frying pan.
He doesn't have
this
friends.
Is cousin.
He's short, and he's fat, and he's stupid.
Right.
She's so horrible. And he's... Oh, that's such a great fucking movie. Danny DeVito's just the best.
Yeah, Danny DeVito's great. And I'm surprised they didn't do more movies together. They would have made a great comedy team.
Big splash.
But comedy teams are not something you really see much of. And
I know. Someone had asked me if Bonnie and I were partners, and I was like, no. And we never go on stage together. And I would never be like, where's the spot for my friend? Or I'm not doing it if she doesn't have a spot. And I would never put her in that predicament either. But somebody asked me that. They said, oh, are you like partners? Or how does that work? And I was like, no. We end up going on a lot of shows together because people know we work together and we have a lot of the same people type of thing. But
if you host a show, have you ever just hosted it together? Just like
the show that we do at G's Club, that's me and her put that together. So we're always together on that one.
Yeah, so that's sort of a
partnership.
Partners.
I don't know. Partner just sounds so like old timey. Like we're gonna get on stage together and like do like
striped shirts like this one, except
do blackface together.
Yeah, blackface again. Twice it's come up.
For the sake of Billy Crystal, I mean.
And yeah, what's his name? Robert Downey Jr. didn't catch any flack for Tropic of Thunder.
Well, that's the fucking best movie ever. Honestly.
It really is particularly funny.
That was one of those movies that like I saw it the first time and I'm like, oh, it's funny, and then I kept watching it. I'm like, oh my God, it keeps getting funnier. Like, it's so ridiculous.
The characters are so over the top, and, you know, Jack Black, even his drug problem is hilarious. And
oh, the whole fucking thing.
Ben Stiller killing a panda, and it's just all hilarious. Oh, look, there's Jim Reyes.
Oh, Jim Reyes. Jim, you son of a gun.
He's son of a gun. So what else? What else is going on? You have shows coming up. You were talking about some things that you were doing too.
Yes, tomorrow I have a Laughter Saves Live show.
Right, with John LaRocchia.
Yes, who's great. I had done his podcast not too long ago.
He's the most positive person in comedy
he's
ever.
So great. He has nothing but nice things to say. He sent me a text message, or not, whatever, message today, and he's like, "Do you eat pizza?" I was like, I'm fucking American, yes. AKA, there's going to be pizza at the show tomorrow.
I'm about to veer the conversation into a totally different direction. I worked a special election in Island Park this last week. And I'm a Republican representative. Okay. I know that's surprising about me, but I am, and I've been Republican since I was 18. I've been... I don't always vote Republican. But
your pronoun is Republican.
But my pronoun is Republican. So I actually get hired to do. They don't have a lot of young people. Not that I'm young, but they don't have a lot of younger people to work the election. So I did. A guy comes inside while I'm standing at the front. I'm directing people where to go, and he doesn't say anything. Old guy in his like 70s. He doesn't say anything. Sort of gruff. I'm like really smiley and happy. He doesn't want to hear it. So I let it go. Then about 5 minutes later, he's out. He goes outside, and somebody else who's outside with him that I'm working with comes inside and pulls me outside. And then the old guy apologizes to me. He's like, "I'm so sorry. I didn't know you were one of those. I thought you were one of those lizard Democrat fucks." And I was like totally taken aback. I was like, yeah, no,
I'm hardcore.
He's like, "I'm sending pizza later. I'm going to send pizza. You don't let any of those lizard fucks have any of that pizza."
Oh, my God.
And I'm like, all right.
God bless America.
And the pizza came about 3 hours later, and I made sure everybody had pizza. I made sure everybody ate it because he wasn't there. But it was like...
This is here for fucking pizza.
Lizard fuck.
Wow, people have got some nerve.
Well, he was quiet about it. He was making sure he was only saying that to other Republicans.
Right. But what are you going to do? Not get that pizza out of your phone?
Right. No, I'm not.
The man who paid for it.
Imagine stressing out about that. Your job is like, and you got to keep pizza out of the lizard's hands, but you don't know who the lizards are. Because you can't really tell someone just by looking at them necessarily whether they're Democrat or Republican.
Right.
So it's like
you need to start asking them, like, if they're vaccinated.
Are you one of them lizard fucks? Because I'm not supposed to give you any pizza.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's
horrendous.
And the week before, did an election in Hempstead, and there was a guy who was running, and his name was a la Supreme Mathematics.
No.
Yes. He was running under the Rent is Too Damn High party, which is a party that I knew's been around for a while. It's a party, a guy named, I forgot his name, the guy who runs it, but you've probably
seen... Rent is too damn high.
Rent is too damn high. There were no Republicans or Democrats running in that election.
What?
A la Supreme Mathematics.
That's...
And I'm like, was that his name when he was born? Was his mom like, even like, oh, we could tell he was smart. Supreme Mathematics.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that was all real. It's all real stuff.
Oh my God, the names. That's real. What's very hard to.
Oh, live with a name. You have a good name though. I don't. Although yes. I don't know your maiden name. Is it Jones?
Oh yes,
it is Jones.
Okay. Yes.
So Mandy Jones. I mean, nobody can make fun of that name.
Yeah, I know.
It's not a hurtful name.
It's funny because my dad particularly wanted to make sure that we would not have names that were like, easy to rhyme with. Or, easy to make fun of.
Yeah,
like,
mine was.
Yeah, Gail the Snail and, all those kind of things. He was very particular about that.
Mandy Jones maybe could be like a Disney teen.
Right.
A Disney teen name, like Mandy Jones and the iCarly. I don't know. Like that.
Yeah, some story.
But you fit that. You could totally fit in that world. I could see that. Yeah. We'll call Disney now. Let's call them on my phone that's broken. My broken phone.
Yeah, I can't believe that. I can't believe that it was working like the way it was like strobing out.
It's strobing.
Yeah.
But I can still see under the right light. I can see.
I can't believe that you operated that thing today.
I did. Well, I brought something else just in case for GPS, just in case I couldn't find my way here, because I haven't gone anywhere without GPS in like 20 years.
Honestly, we were driving down south a couple years back, and Glenn was asleep, and I was following the GPS, and I'm like, I literally have no idea where I am right now.
I think people went the wrong way a lot in the 30s and 40s and 50s and ended up in places that they would have never ended up just because they went the wrong way accidentally.
Just like settled in Idaho.
Right. Yeah. You were here. Might as well rent something.
This is the spot now. We got Jimmy Quinn saying, hey, what up?
Hey!
And Jen Snortland Keipler. Jen. Oh, I
Hello,
called
Jen
Mick Snortland one time. I don't know why I put Mick in front of it.
Is she Irish, Seeming?
She looks Irish. Jen, what's your nationality? Jen looks like she could be one of my cousins or something. An Irish girl. I don't know. Snortland sounds Irish?
Yeah, that's another name that I'm sure
doesn't
was
sound
hard
Irish at all. I have no idea. Jen,
that would be hard as a kid. That would be a hard one as a kid.
Yeah.
Snortland.
Kids are hard. Kids are fucking...
Kids are mean. I was
Snortland...
one of the only white kids. So I had names like, there was a kid named Malherbe.
Whitey? What'd they call you?
They called me Vanilla Ice. They called me Vanilla Ice because I was the white kid.
Ice.
It was 1990 and he was the famous...
I'll take that.
I'd take it. That time it was fine. It was fine. He's,
better than like...
the Fresh Prince right now.
Yeah.
Right now. You don't want to be that. But they were coming up at the same time. 1990, 1991 rap scene. Those are the days. 1991?
1990.
1990.
Yeah.
Wow, you're 13 years younger than you.
Yeah.
13 years older than you.
I was going to say, you look good.
Yeah, I'm 13 years older than you. Yeah, okay. Which is an unlucky number. Oh, God, something terrible is going to happen.
I don't mind 13, actually. 13's pretty good.
Yeah, 13's fine. I mean,
I always like Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah, sure. I don't believe in bad luck or anything like that. I don't believe in anything.
It's always good
I have no
luck.
beliefs. I have no belief system.
Yeah, let's go further on that, lizard man. No belief system.
I don't believe in anything.
We were talking about who should be the president earlier.
Oh, what were we saying? I forgot. I don't remember conversation.
Peter Bales, if anybody.
Oh, Peter Bales, yeah, who would be a great president of something. He would make his decisions with thought, and I do believe that he would. Yeah, sure.
I'd get behind him. Peter Bales, you got a podium to stand on because
Mandy wants to get behind you.
Because we want to get behind whatever you're selling.
Don't let Peaches know.
Back to the cognac. You said you test like all different products.
Yeah, I've done that for years.
It's a cool way to earn money. So you are always blind? You go in blind?
Sometimes companies call me and they tell me they want me to talk about a product. Or they want me to talk about ad copy for a commercial.
Does it have to be something you've owned if they want you to talk about the product? Or can you just be like a
changes
guy?
I lie.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So you've had that car or you've had that.
I'm doing one for Volkswagen campers next week. Yeah.
Which you don't have, but you've researched.
No, but I research it, and
all right.
I've been in them. I've been in campers.
All right.
I've heard of Volkswagens.
And they're gonna be like, "Where did you summer this year?"
Right. I make up. There's so many ways to make extra money in that world. There's so many market research companies.
Well, they do want a realistic human's responses.
Right.
So that is you.
I am, if nothing else, a realistic human.
He's not a bot, guys.
I'm not a bot.
It's a real human here.
Although I'm not above being paid to be a bot. I would do it. I would do that.
Are you handy with computers? Are you good with that sort of thing?
I mean, yes-ish. I mean, I'm not...
but most of them are in person?
Oh, no. I'm always doing Zoom online. And
okay.
I'm doing one for incontinence. They have,
Oh my
so
God.
they're sending me
that
diapers.
one you actually know about. No.
They're sending me diapers, and I'm going to have to talk about the diapers.
Oh my God, you're going to be like on the Zoom with
No,
them.
I don't have to try them on. Well, I'm supposed to try them. I'm not going to.
You know you're going to.
We'll see if they're comfy. And then I'm going to be in it. I'm like, I look like a baby just standing in this thing.
Oh my Lord.
And then I'll get a booby. I'll get one of those
Oh
little
no.
things.
A booby.
What do they call those?
Yeah,
A
binky.
pacifier.
A binky.
A binky.
It was
That's
funny because my friend, she had a baby. He's gonna be a year old. Jesus. But he when I first like met the kid, I had brought him over. Like it was like a little blankie, and it had a little giraffe on it, and the giraffe had like this little piece of Velcro for you to put the binky through. And I didn't buy her any binkies, but I was like, oh, it had like a cardboard, like you put a binky here. So I showed her, and she was like, oh yeah, I don't really like do that. I was like, really? What? Like, she's like, I don't know, like, I didn't particularly start him with that. And
Yeah.
I'm like, okay. And she just never really gave him a pinky.
I was told that my brother made me burn my thumb on a light bulb, so I stopped sucking my thumb like really young.
I guess it worked.
Yeah. And then
Jesus,
after
that's
that,
one way to do it.
After that, I started sucking dick.
All right, I think we should cut to commercial on that.
We have a commercial?
I read it myself.
I would have made it so much more awkward if I knew we were going to commercial.
All right, guys, real quick. We've got Keys Love Jewelry and Keys Cutlery. If you can find them online at keyslovejewelry.com or keyscutlery.com. Keys Love Jewelry, they have stainless steel jewelry, all nickel and tarnish free, because my friend Teresa is allergic, so that is what her MO is. And then Keys Cutlery, they've got knives, swords, and self-defense equipment. You can go down to Retro Relics at 2860 Middle Country Road in Lake Grove at 11755. Give them a call at 631-379-1781. Or like I said, visit them online at keyslovejewelry.com or keyscutlery.com. Tell them Mandy and Bonnie from the Wildflowers sent you. And that's it. Thank you, Keys Cutlery and Keys Love Jewelry, for sponsoring us.
That was awesome. You did that great.
It's like it was like engineer. I was gonna call it an engineer. What is it? The auctioneer.
Okay, I got one.
20, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38. I actually used to live next to a guy that did that.
Did he do everything like that? Like,
Yeah,
was that
pretty much.
everything?
No, it was funny because him and my stepdad got into like a war, if you will. But the war it started like this. The gentleman measured my stepdad's bumper in the middle of the night.
Is that innuendo? Is that supposed to be a euphemism for something?
And it sounds like one. But so he measured his bumper in the middle of the night. And because my stepdad had a big dent in his bumper, and the guy, when he was auctioning or car parts or whatever, he bought my stepdad the bumper. I don't know if he replaced it or if he just dropped it for my stepdad and said, I don't want to look at your fucking filthy bumper. This is what neighbors do. So my stepdad's from Tennessee. He decided to start mowing the guy's lawn every time the guy was not home. And it actually became like a war of kindness.
A war of kindness. That needs to be the title of a book.
It was a war of kindness, and the guy moved.
Just because he just couldn't be any kinder.
I don't know. I think he still sends each other
Were
fenders.
Were you raised by your father, who was a stepfather from Tennessee?
My mom and dad divorced when I was like 11, 12, 13.
Because I only asked because I think I hear Tennessee in your voice.
Well, what's funny is because I actually, even hanging out with you, you don't have an accent, but
someone did say I did recently.
you
kind
of don't sound like you're from New York, but I can very much be a chameleon. Like if you were to put on like an accent right now, I could totally just like, oh, we're gonna go downtown. I'm just gonna be and like have an accent with you, and I could totally like I'll like hang out with my cousins for like a week in Charleston, and I'm like I got like a twang on me. So I could like play that up, or I could definitely play that down. But I get a lot of times people ask me if I'm from the Midwest.
Sure.
I think me and my husband have been together for 13 years.
13 years?
Yeah, I know.
That's a long time.
It is a long time.
That's
But
great.
I do think that I've picked up some of his
Where's he
dialect. He's from upstate New York, but his family's from like Detroit, Michigan. So they've got that like Bobby's World kind of accent.
Okay.
Don't you know, Bobby?
Oh,
you know, don't you know?
quick one to over there,
Yeah, like that little that kind of twang.
Can't get that from here.
Yeah. So I kind of have a morphing accent.
Okay, I like it. It's like a mood accent, like a mood
Yeah,
ring.
but I very much, I could very much be a chameleon. Like if you were to just start doing some like, I don't even know, like a British accent, or I'm actually decent at a brogue.
That's
an Irish brogue.
That was terrible what I just did.
Yeah,
I don't know what that was.
I know that's. I gotta think of like something to say. Like each.
Hey, top of the morning to you. See, that's
Oh yeah, you want to do it?
Goes like this, and it's just absurd.
You gotta do it.
You're under arrest.
You know, I'm actually gonna start a bit on this. This is ridiculous. Do you know they're making leprechaun traps at school? Did you ever make leprechaun
No,
traps?
I've never made a leprechaun trap.
Okay, well, listen here, kiddies, because my little brother-in-law and my husband were like, "Oh, you never made a leprechaun trap?" I was like, "No." First of all, like first grade or kindergarten, you have to make a good leprechaun trap. So first of all, we're going to start the kids with something that's impossible.
Right, right.
Your first assignment is going to be impossible. You're never going to fucking catch the thing.
Right.
It's not going to be based in reality at all. So I need to fucking totally write a bit on this. But my little brother-in-law said that his teacher would take food coloring, put green food coloring in a water bottle, and then sprinkle it on the toilet seat. Like the thing was like pissing on the toilet seat. I was like, what the fuck?
He's looking for a place to take it.
It's totally crossing like a
green
line.
place. This place is green. I can take a shit here.
I was like, there's totally a line, and that's it.
I can't imagine leprechauns being. All I can think of is Warwick Davis as the leprechaun in the movie Leprechaun. Now.
Oh, I've never seen that. That's like the horror movie.
Yeah,
right?
there's like 8 of them.
I've definitely seen the trailer.
There's one in space. There's Leprechaun in space.
Is there really?
Yeah, he's in space. They went everywhere.
Oh, man.
I think there'll be a Freddy Krueger versus Jason versus Chucky versus him.
It's funny because my mother she didn't like scary stuff.
I don't really either.
So I never really watched a lot of scary stuff.
I don't like watching horrible things that actually happen to people.
Yeah, I don't really watch the news either.
Which is also horrible things that actually happen to people. They're very similar.
No, I really don't. I steer away from the news. Honestly, even on Facebook, I had gotten rid of so many people that were like just doing live feeds of the protests or when there was all that outbreak of like the last couple years when it's been fucking insanity. I'm like, I don't have the cable news and I don't want to be sucked into it like this.
Yeah, and it's hard to stay away from it on social media.
Because I can't look away. So I really did get rid of a lot of people who were reposting, even if it's just dark, horrible shit. Like, look at this! Look at how fucking horrible this is. It's like, I'd rather not.
At the beginning of the pandemic, I think I unfriended 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Wow, yeah. I know
But
you have to.
So many of them were bots, though. I mean, I don't know. Some of them were Nigerians or Filipinos that I just said yes to because I don't know. I don't know why.
My thing is, if they don't have a picture, if we don't have any mutual friends,
Yeah,
I
that's
used
a
to
big
let
one.
anybody in the fucking floodgates. Now I'm like,
It's like
now I'm
now
going to
it's
change
happening.
my password every day.
Now it's happening to TikTok. Now there's like everybody. It's just.
I don't even know how that works because honestly, every time I open TikTok, it's like, oh, you have more followers. Like, are these people actually following me?
I don't know what it is. I don't know why. TikTok seems to get the most views.
It gets the most interaction.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know if it's how they track it. Like, I'll literally post something stupid, and the next day it'll be like, oh, 400 views. Not likes, but like 400 people literally. Did they really watch it, or did it fucking start to come up and they scrolled by it?
Right. It's like if people watch it for more than 3 seconds, it falls into a certain data category,
Right.
and then 5 seconds or more. And
What's really interesting is ever look on YouTube. They have very good like metrics with that.
Yeah. And
very interesting. Like, oh, people watch it for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
98% of the, or 58%.
I don't look at it a lot because then I'm
episode.
reminded that nobody's watching anything of mine.
Yeah, I inadvertently look at the stuff.
My stuff? My stuff? Is that why my numbers are going up?
No, I inadvertently look at my numbers. I
do too.
I don't
I'm not
crunch
gonna
that stuff or like really care, but I've stumbled upon that and it's interesting.
Like, I know that I got about 1,300 views on an Urkel post. Urkel I did a stitch with Urkel, and he said, and it was like, hey, can you remember my catchphrase from my sitcom from the 1990s? And I just went in and did a catchphrase from the Honeymooners instead.
Oh,
so
nice.
It was like, totally did it wrong. And I was like, right? So that got a bunch of views.
Oh, that's clever.
That's the best I can do.
Yeah, we were big Family Matters. Family. My sister's literally obsessed with Urkel's Got a Doll.
Okay, yeah, that was very popular. The pulley doll, the one with the...
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
I think
My mom got it for her like like in our more adult years, and my sister took this thing out of the box.
That's hilarious.
But, like only you would fucking.
But then that takes down the
total
the value.
But
I think the same company made the Pee Wee Herman one.
I actually have a Pee Wee Herman doll.
The one with the pulley?
His pulley's broken, but yes.
Okay. He should be down here with us.
I know, he usually is. Right now I've got my other clown over there. I've got the scary...
Yeah, what's with all the clowns? You talked about not liking the horror, but you like the clowns.
I do like clowns. It's funny because I always like the working clowns. Like, I don't really like they're not clean. Like, that guy's got a scar.
Yeah, but he's got good hair.
Yes.
Really
and he's porcelain. I got him in PA. I just can't keep my hands off.
Of clowns?
Of clowns. Okay. I get a clown, I just can't. And
that was like the perfect opportunity
to insert something.
That was like, yes, of course.
And that clown, you ever see Down a Clown, the like old carnival game where you actually throw baseballs at a clown? So I'm looking for a Down a Clown, an old one. My mother-in-law found that somebody who makes like repop ones. So that's like it's called like Hug a Clown or something. So that thing doesn't actually stand up by itself. It doesn't.
Yeah.
And the old ones are fucking creepy. Like that thing, my friend was like, that thing's scary looking. I'm like, she also collects oddities. So she's got like skulls and stuff. I'm like, you're afraid of fucking this?
Carnivals are carnivals.
I've always liked the carnival aesthetic though.
I like carnival food.
Yeah, I like carnival food. Ever see, I wanted to call it Pan's Labyrinth, The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnas?
Yes,
that's a great one.
It's a Terry Gilliam movie, I believe.
Is it?
Yeah, and Adam Driver and...
I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Yeah, isn't it? Or am I thinking it? Oh, no, Heath Ledger.
Yes.
This is the one with Johnny Depp and
yes. I was thinking
Jude
you were...
Law.
Yes. I was thinking, when you said Adam Driver, I was thinking maybe he was part of the... Does he write?
No, Adam Driver did the Don Quixote movie that Terry Gilliam did.
Oh,
I was
okay.
confusing the two movies.
I had seen that Marriage movie with him.
Yeah, they do that same movie every 20 years.
Yeah, honestly, we were like, wow, this is fucking...
Yeah, who's going to get married after seeing that movie?
Yeah, it's a real nice little Saturday, hon.
It's the same as Kramer versus Kramer, and there's other movies like that.
Oh, I've never seen that.
If you saw Marriage Story, you did.
Oh, yeah,
They fought over a kid, though. There was more about fighting over the child.
Okay.
Versus Kramer. And what a bad father Dustin Hoffman is. That's what it was about.
I really like Dustin Hoffman.
Yeah, he's great. Dustin Hoffman's he's done... I haven't seen him do anything in a long time. I wonder if he's done.
Yeah,
he's
did
an
he
old
tap
guy.
out?
Maybe. I mean...
He's got to be in his fucking 70s.
I know that if I was an actor, I would tap out at a certain amount of money and just live off of it and not
How many zeros? Like 7?
The least...
7 fucking figures, I'm good.
Well, the 7... Here, it is 7 figures. The lowest number is $3 million. Because off of $3 million, I can live on... The interest is $150,000 a year
$3 million sounds nice.
So $3 million.
That honestly sounds good.
But I'd like it to be 10, because then the interest is about 750.
Right, because I'd actually just want to live and never think about another dollar.
Right,
again.
I would just live at hotels.
Really?
Yeah, I would live at hotels. I wouldn't want to own anything.
Do you have any bucket list?
I've done most of it.
Okay, what have you done on your bucket list? Where have you been? What have you done?
I've
bungee jumping?
No, I don't desire that. I don't desire any of those like.
You don't want to get your heart freaking to jump out of your chest.
No, I don't. I don't like anything like that. Even getting in and out of the car, it's like scary.
Yeah. So no roller coasters or anything like that?
No, I love roller coasters, but I think once you get a certain age, your equilibrium changes.
I've heard this. People say after they have kids, people say after they are a certain age.
I went on a few roller coasters.
They're like,
I got sick.
Fucking sick.
Yeah, I got sick.
Ooh.
I went on 5 at Magic Mountain in one day, and then by the 5th, I was like, I can't do this. This sucks because I love it.
I made the mistake of watching 1 or 2 videos of people getting stuck on roller coasters.
That's the worst.
And now it's like recently in my feed, like, oh, it makes you think that people get stuck on roller coasters every day at every park and every fucking.
I bet it does happen every day.
It probably does happen about every day.
Someone gets stuck
and
on a ride.
whether people are up there or it's how long of a fucking.
I don't want to be upside down. But the truth is, if we're on a big ball, which is the planet, we are upside down.
At some point.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
It's moving. That's right. The Earth spins.
Do you know anything about, like, are you a science guy? We were talking earlier about the world ending.
Oh, you can ask me questions, but I am no.
What do you think about the world ending? You think people are out of their minds for like stockpiling food, or you think that's completely like gonna happen?
I don't think it's crazy. I think that there have probably been. I mean, we know that the universe and beyond is a gigazillion years old.
So we're just like a blimp.
Think of how many other civilizations were trying to get off their planet and never did.
And do you think we're definitely not alone in this fucking universe? Because you just said the amount of fucking probability.
I think it would be very unlikely that we were the only thing.
You think right now, or you think just at another time, possibly?
Maybe at another time. I just think that there would have to be something because it's infinite out there. It's constantly growing and never stops.
I would not think it was odd if they were like, oh, by the way, like Mars has fucking
people.
Yeah, or whatever the fuck you want to call them. Martians.
I'm never surprised by anything that happens. I'm never surprised. Even a guy going on the subway and throwing a smoke bomb and shooting people.
It's unfortunate that I'm like that too. Like honestly, the other day my husband was like, "They're gonna put water on the open stock market," and I was like, "What?" Like rich people are gonna be able to buy fucking water. I'm like, "Oh, they don't already?" Like, it's pretty fucked up that that's my mentality though. Like, okay, like I'm really not surprised. That the fucking ultra millionaires are not gonna fucking make money off the water sales.
But we already pay for water. Do you get any water?
He's saying like it's like how like how prisons are privatized and people have and that it's all gonna be it's gonna be more like that.
Sure.
Where it's like, yeah, we're kind of sketchy how we're fucking.
Capitalism is like a card game, so eventually someone's gonna win. Eventually someone's gonna have it all.
Is it Elon Musk?
I think Vladimir Putin has more money than Elon Musk.
Really?
I think that Vladimir Putin is probably the richest person in the world.
Ooh.
We don't know his wealth. We don't find out about. We don't know how far it goes. But he deals with the richest oligarchs and Russians in the world. He's part of that. He's a billionaire. He's one of the 3,000 billionaires.
I don't follow any of this. I mean, it's not that I'm not following. It's that I follow what you're saying. I don't follow Putin's money, but that's insane.
I don't follow his money either. I just listen to what other people say and
You're following his
make
money.
my judgment based on what other people say. I definitely don't have any inside track on anything.
TV goes missing.
I have no inside tracks on the world of comedy. I read scripts for Comedy Central from time to time now. They send me scripts of sitcoms, and they send me made sitcoms that I write coverage on, I still have no, I still have no power in the world. There's no power, nothing matters.
Bonnie, why are you blowing smoke out your nose? Bonnie's saying, is this real now? What do you mean?
That's Robin saying that.
No, but Bonnie has hi, and then she's got the guy with smoke coming out of her nose.
How did I not know?
Bonnie, we love you.
Yes, love. That's a funny, I always think that's a funny emoji.
I always think that's an angry one, unless she didn't mean to put that. It's always like I'm steaming. I always think of steam coming out of my ears, though, when I'm angry.
Oh, yeah, sure.
More out of my ears, just 'cause, like if I were to envision fuming, steam's coming out my ears.
I also imagine blowing smoke out my ass.
That too. In blackface. You're having a moment of silence over that?
That was long. That was particularly
Yeah,
long.
that's a good one.
It's important to know I've never done blackface.
Oh, she always used that as happy. Okay. Smoke out your nose and she's having a good time, all right. Speaking of smoke out your nose, James Raniolo had a funny joke the other day. He had said somebody was arguing with him that money's as good as a gift card. And he goes, no, it's not. The gift card's as good as money, as good as cash. And he's like, no, it's not. I can't roll a gift card up and snort anything with it.
That's really funny.
I was like, keep her. It's fucking hilarious. Keep her.
I bought a bag of weed with a Dave & Buster's card.
Ooh.
It was $25.
You'd be surprised how much I saw gift cards get fucking traded around college. Like around like Christmas. It's like, no, this is $50, nigga. My mom just gave me that.
You said that.
We said we weren't going to go for an hour.
Right. You were going to try not to say the N-word in front of me.
We made it 15 minutes, guys.
Is it 50 minutes already? Oh, man, time flies. When you're screaming with Calamity Jones.
When you're saying the N-word.
That song is great. I actually had
that's Bob Soleil.
But as far as, I actually did a podcast last week with a friend from high school who I haven't seen in years. And afterwards, she advertised it. And then someone anonymously called her and sent her a link to a video of me using the N-word.
Oh, my God.
So
People are insane. Honestly, like, how much time do you have? When you know I'm, like, I don't know the circumstances of your fucking...
It's like 15 people are going to watch that show anyway.
Boy, this is going to get picked up now, because I just...
Right, because you said, right. Well, it does, especially if you hashtag it.
Hashtag don't say the N-word.
Yeah, it is a hashtag. N-word is actually a hashtag. N-word.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Now, between blackface and this...
Yeah. I actually have the only funny blackface story I have. You
were doing blackface?
I was a teacher at a school for 3-year-olds to 9-year-olds. And it was during the summer.
Prime time for blackface.
Yeah, it was a summer, and we had Summerween. It was like July 4th, and we were having a summer...
Oh, okay, like a Halloween, okay.
We had a costume contest.
Okay.
And one of the little girls came in dressed like a bat. And her whole face was black. And she came into all the rooms and told all the counselors, I'm a bat.
But that's like not necessary to complete the bat outfit.
No, it wasn't necessary.
That's when parents
her
are like...
parents let her leave the house like that. It's not right.
Yeah,
and that little girl had no idea. And I have a picture of it on my phone. I'll show it to you after the show.
That's why the phone broke down.
Oh, I can't show you the picture. That's right. You won't be able to see it.
It's on the cloud, though. You'll get it back.
It is. All that cloud. Oh, it's all on the cloud. I've got to go.
That's what you pay for. That cloud storage.
Yeah, all those pictures that I don't look at and nobody wants to see because I have no family or friends. So nobody wants to see pictures of that.
It's insane. My phone recently had filled up and was like, you can't take any more pictures. I was like, fuck. I was hooking it up to the computer. I was trying to rip them off. They were literally like here and there. I couldn't even tell which ones it saved, which ones it didn't. I was like just on prayer and a fucking...
Right.
I'm like, I really hope they're in there, but at the same time, it's like 10,000 of them are like screenshots.
There's several different years that are just missing.
Yeah.
Like, I've been taking pictures since 2008, I guess, on Google. It's about 60,000 pictures of family and stuff.
It's insane, the amount of pictures. And even, like, I'll try to clean them up now, because, like, I'll go to a comedy show. If I see you perform, I'll try to take 5 pictures of you, and it's usually in dark light, and then I send them to everybody. And I try to do that. And I don't always post them, because I usually am, like, people when they're telling a joke, they don't always look the greatest.
Camera Jockey was doing great pictures.
Oh, he's great. He's a photographer.
Yeah, he's a great photographer. Him and John Blenn.
I'm just like, proof that you were here.
John Blenn and his wife would take pictures at shows.
They're great also.
They're both great photographers.
Very nice people.
I've had a few pictures that I've been using. They're like 4 or 5 years old.
Somebody had said that. They were like, John Blenn's does everybody's headshot.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been involved in the comedy scene for a very long time.
Yeah, no, they're genuinely nice people that could laugh.
Yeah.
They're good. They're good people. Do you have anything you want to share with us? How can we find you on the internet, DB?
Just Google DB Frick. I'm the only one who's around. I'm the only DB Frick.
There actually was one other DB Frick on Instagram. Because you're DB Frick 1979, right?
1977.
Oh, okay. Well,
but
that's the one.
The other DB Frick, there's a guy who plays cricket.
He was a blonde guy.
Yeah, he's a cricket player. There's no other DB Frick.
I'm the only DB Frick around.
If there's another DB Frick, I'm going to find out on Instagram tonight. And I'm going to ruin him.
Tell him to change his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, because as soon as I typed DB Frick, you came up first and then he came up under. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, everything is me. The first 10 things are me.
Oh, yeah. You're actually very
Twitter,
big on the ego.
It's my YouTube. That's why I went with DB Frick, because I knew that there was another Daniel Frick in SAG.
Oh.
Because I interned at Sony Pictures in 1999. And I had access to the database. So I looked up my name. And there was a guy, Dan Frick, in SAG. So I knew I was going to have to change my name. And a guy that my mother dated, who was the editor of Mademoiselle, once suggested, hey, you should go with DB Frick, because people would remember that. Those are your initials.
Okay.
So when I joined Actors Equity, which is the actors union, this theater union.
I said, what's your name?
I tried Dan Frick, and they were like, you can't, there's another Dan Frick. So,
try again.
So I was like, DB Frick. This story gets better, though, because
it's got a nice ring to it.
Now I have a IMDb page.
Ooh.
That guy, Dan Frick, used to get credit for 2 of my things.
Bastard.
And now I set up my page, and I get credit for all the things he did. So
how's that, Dan Frick?
I was in Baby's Day Out. I was the bus driver.
Look who's talking to.
I was in Stricken. And in 1980, I played a bartender in The Hunter.
When you were 3 years old. That's great.
That's what my IMDb has other stuff too. The National.
Oh, that's
stuff.
so funny. They're like, there can only be one DB Frick. That's interesting. Why would they do that?
I think that rule changed. The rule changed since then. That was 2007. The rule has changed since then.
Because I'm sure there's a Mandy Jones on IMDb already.
There's probably a few. That would be. It's a popular.
And honestly, name. There was that Nick Cage movie not too long ago called Mandy.
Yeah, and then there was Jessica Jones, which sounds like Mandy Jones.
Yeah, it's so. I mean, they'd be like, I'd have to do like Mandy Jones __.
Is that true?
No, I don't know, but I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I have.
I'm gonna have to Google myself.
Yes, which I do at least.
And make an issue of it
every day
before it is.
To see if there was Michelle Fox. I posted a show we were doing that I was producing at a restaurant, and it was a picture that she doesn't like.
Oh no!
But now it's embedded on the internet, and it's the first thing that you see whenever you Google her name. And I can't.
Can't take it down?
I can't unembed the internet. I don't know how to.
What's funny about that is I remember friending somebody. She was sitting next to me and she's like, oh, like, look me. We were like on Facebook, like, oh, look me up. And right when I searched her name, she was like, what is that? I don't like what I see there. And I was like, oh, I don't know. It was like the name when I searched her, like one of the first 6 pictures. It was either like a picture she looked bad in or didn't like who the fuck.
Picture. That's hilarious. If
it's like, why am I tagged with those fucking 2 people from 2009?
Right.
Like,
it's.
Why is that the first fucking image that's coming up when you search my name? Like,
I don't even see the same names on shows. Totally different names now. I don't see any of the same people. Whenever I see flyers.
Oh, yeah, we're old now.
Yeah, that's totally...
We've phased out.
Yeah, totally phased out. They call it the Giggle Room now?
Yeah, well, I'm going there not this Friday, but next Friday.
That's what they used to call the room at the Comedy Store.
Oh.
It was called the Giggle Room.
So, very original.
I'm pretty sure. And it was only for women. No, it was something else. I'm sorry, I'm getting it wrong. It was a different name.
Somebody told me
Bottoms Up or something.
That
the belly room.
Somebody told me that they didn't really change too much, so I'll have to see for myself.
Yeah.
They said that, when you walk in, and there's, the stage to your right here, and then back would be towards the green room. To the left here is open now. There's more seats that way. Instead of towards this, like you walk in, the stage would be your. That's what somebody told me, and they were like, "But you still can't see the performer from the stage." And I was like, "What do you mean by that? Like that's like the stage still has that alcove." So I'm gonna have to do some investigating when I'm there. They said it holds. I think it holds closer to 80, 100 now, when it was like a 60-person room.
The last time I was on that stage, I was killing. And I sang a couple of songs. I have a couple of funny songs I'll do. And Jimmy came in, and I stopped being funny. The second he came in, nothing else funny happened once he came in.
Buzzkill.
Yeah, it was, that's how it goes.
That's what happens when you're performing. Not you, just, what are they smoking is what Robin says. Oh, God, there is no smoke. What are we smoking? That's all. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh, it's
That's
9:01.
all. It's 9:01. You got anything else to tell these pretty people, DB?
Thanks. It's nice to see you guys. Thanks for joining us, and thanks
Thank you
for having me. It's always nice to come to Deer Park because they have the best water.
Yes. Share the show if you found the show. We love you guys. Don't have smoke coming out your nose or ass or ears. Vote for Elon Musk and Peter Bales. And that's the show, guys. Get home safe. Bye. We love you. Bye.